Beginners to master the motion of boxing and the punches is to master the stance, which is very simple, and just go from holding the stance to holding the finishing position of the punch. Of course, getting there in between, quietly moving in between, using the whole body, not the arm moving independent of the body, but the whole body moving as one unit. That's another story. But just going from the beginning position, say with the jab, just starting with this position, not trying to throw hard at all, forgetting about the space in between, and boom, holding that finishing position for several seconds or several minutes, better yet, with that deep bend in the front leg, that deep lunge. Feel the sits bones, the hip bones sitting down like you're sitting on that floating yoga ball. And feel that power coming from the legs, from the calves, from the hamstrings, from the quads, especially the hamstrings, stretching, the knees stretching away from each other, the rear legs spearing, the rear hip pushing back, pushing down off the rear leg. So don't worry about the motion, the power, the snap. In order to get that, it's very easy. You just got to master the finishing position and moving from the lower body, namely not moving these 2 points, but moving these 2 points. It's going to be so much more valuable in terms of generating power. Real leverage, not just force. Of course, force is up here. There's a lot of force, especially if you're a huge, strong guy. I'm not. I'm like skinny and muscular, but if you got a few hundred pounds more than me, sure, there's tons of guys like that. You could just use shoulder force like Mike Tyson. Probably do pretty well. But I don't have that size. And a lot of those guys have 150 pounds on me, so I need to use leverage. I need to push off the legs. I need to use the quads. I need to use the knees. There is no other option because that's the only way to deliver power. Pushing off the legs, working with the knees, punching with the feet, the knees, the legs. Everything below the belly button is moving everything up top. That's how it should feel. Like you're punching with the feet, with the butt, with the knees, with the hip. Everything up here just following up. The power is being generated from that pushing, from that dropping, from that twisting, from the hips and the feet. See the difference? You try that like Mike Tyson shoulder hook, just using shoulder power. Yeah, we get a lot of force. But what about if we actually twist off the front hip, push down off the rear foot, and throw that Ray Robinson style counter hook? You feel that? That's the weight and the leverage of the lower body. Not just the shoulder and the chest and the back. We're using the glutes now. We're using the weight of the hamstrings and the quads and the calves and the feet. That's why Manny Pacquiao, guys like that, who don't even have to load up, who don't throw big punches, throw some of the hardest punches in the world because they're athletic, because they're doing it correctly, even if they're throwing a straight punch. So master those positions. In the straight punches, it's simply both arms fully extended. Well, not fully, but locked out at just like 5 degrees short. In the hook punches, it's 90 degrees, or better yet, even better than 90 degrees, it's a V shape. A tight hook if you can get that in there. Uppercut, same thing, either a 90 degree or a V shape, but the arm is not going to scoop, it's not going to open out, it's not going to swing independent of the body. It's like that robot dance. Arm is just moving as one unit. Remember, arm can't move independent of the body. Whole